My name is Alejandro Cavallero. I'm leading the integrations and support team at IOB Labs. Here you have some data from my social network and so. And today we will cover mostly three aspects: a Rootstock tech overview, porting Web3 the apps to Rootstock, and then sharing some useful developer resources. Okay. So Rootstock tech overview would be the first. Okay. First, to start, the RSK blockchain node is the name is RSK Shay of the node. Why? Because it was originally a fork of Ethereum Shay, the implementation of the Ethereum node in Java. So, well, obviously from that moment, we changed a lot of things from the implementation. Probably you heard about this in Sergio's presentation. As I said, this is written in Java. Is of course is open source and available on GitHub. Well, LGPL-v3 is the license, and well, you can contribute. You're free to contribute. And obviously, we have a white paper providing a detailed description of the technology. Okay, about this, if you want to contribute, how to start with this? Okay, a good start is the RSK improvement proposal. There are a list of them. I will share later the link to this. Well, yeah, there is all the improvement proposals. Which of them have already been applied? What others are still on discussion? But there is how the community manage the development of the node. Okay, Rootstock and Bitcoin. In short, Bitcoin and we can think about Rootstock and Bitcoin with two things: about the network and the currency. About network, we can say that RSK is a layer 2 blockchain, where Bitcoin is a layer 1. And an important thing here is the merge mining. Sergio already explained this in detail, so I won't go into detail. But I think that the merge mining is probably the most important thing about Rootstock. This means that the Bitcoin mining pools are, while they secure the Bitcoin network, they are also securing the Rootstock network. So this is like super relevant, and we are having the Bitcoin miners aligned with Rootstock. I think is what makes Rootstock so important. We are also obviously the Bitcoin miners are getting an extra profit from their work without an extra effort, and that's important to contribute to the Bitcoin ecosystem. And about connection and the currency, well, Rootstock doesn't have doesn't mint a new coin. What Rootstock uses is the smart Bitcoin. The smart Bitcoin is the Bitcoin on Rootstock. The way to convert Bitcoin to smart Bitcoin is with the POPEG. And the exchange is one-to-one. I mean, you can do what we call a peg-in, that's going from Bitcoin to smart Bitcoin, and you can do a peg-out that is going from smart Bitcoin to Bitcoin. The conversion is always one-to-one. The only thing that one pays is the transaction fees, no more than that. POPEG comes from proof of work peg, of course. And well, we also need to compare Rootstock with Ethereum, right? The thing with Ethereum is that the Rootstock virtual machine is compatible So we have the same opcodes than the Ethereum virtual machine. It doesn't mean that the implementation is the same, but let's call the functionality is the same. I mean, you can compile a contract that was compiled for Ethereum. You can deploy it on Rootstock and it will work. That's the why being compatible with Ethereum is so important. So you can port any smart contract from Ethereum to Rootstock with minimal effort. That means that you can use Solidity compiler and all the tools that you are used to use as a Web3 developer, including libraries, frameworks, for example, Web3.js, Truffle, whatever that you are used to use in Ethereum, you can use it on Rootstock. Also, the Rootstock node exposes the same JSON RPC interface than Ethereum. So that means that Rootstock is not only compatible at opcode level, but also at interface level. So that's another reason why porting the app is seamless, because you can query or you can interact with your the app in the same way. Nothing will change. So taking in combination, this make like RSK a really powerful choice as both as a user, as a developer, because you got the power and security of Bitcoin. You've got the feature richness of the smart contract enabled with Web3 decentralized applications paradigm. Just a little recap about IOV Labs. I said that I work in IOV Labs. What's IOV Labs? Well, it's the company that is behind the Rootstock network. We are like a big contributors to Rootstock. It doesn't. IOV Labs doesn't own Rootstock. We are contributors. We are pushing for Rootstock, but it's not only Rootstock. It's also it's also Reef. So what's Reef? Well, Reef means it originally RSK infrastructure framework. Now that we rebranded, it's Rootstock infrastructure framework. It's a collection of applications and services that are designed to complement blockchain-based decentralized applications. So it includes many different components, like the ones that that are listed there and you can read. Some of them are still under active development. All these projects are open source as well. And something important to mention is that the Reef framework has an utility token. The name is Reef token, and it's an ERC20 token, and it is used to pay for the services. When you want to consume the Reef services, you need to pay with the Reef token. Albert talked before about what Dieguito mentioned about the vision of IOV Labs and the financial inclusion. So we talk about everyday DeFi. We talk about this is the vision that we are trying to get, and everyday DeFi means this: saving, borrowing, sending, paying, things that we do every day and with a traditional finance system, and we think that this should be also possible to do in the Rootstock ecosystem or in the crypto ecosystem, because it includes a lot of underbanked people and it's much more inclusive. So this is what we are trying to build, like everyday DeFi. Let's talk about numbers. Numbers for Rootstock. Hashing rate, as we mentioned, Rootstock has mostly the half of Bitcoin hashing power. So in general, we have here 50, but we said 50, but sometimes it's more than 50. It could be, yeah, in general, it's more than 50. So it could be less than 50, but sometimes we hit 65, or depending on what's happening with the Bitcoin mining pools. But we have at least 50%. That is a lot. We have a time between block of average 30 seconds. That's the double of Ethereum, and well, it's much faster than Bitcoin, but slower than Ethereum. But this is in let's say in theory. In practice, sometimes the Ethereum network is very congested, so you need to wait a lot to get your transaction mined, and in Rootstock that doesn't happen. So and the throughput is 10 transactions per second. That's higher than both Bitcoin and Ethereum. And in terms of gas price, or let's say the fees that you have to pay for a transaction, Rootstock is really cheap, depending on the moment and the congestion. It could be from 50 times cheaper than Ethereum to 100 times cheaper. So this is really important, because you have a lot of security with a very low price. So porting with Web3 the apps to RSK. We said something about this, but let's go into details. Developing on Rootstock is easy. If you have previous experience on Ethereum or another EVM compatible blockchain, you can do it like without any problem. And this is because Rootstock is EVM compatible at opcode and interface level. So you can develop with the same tools that you are used to use. For example, as I said, Solidity, or Solseed, the compiler, Ganache, Truffle, Hardhat, the Open Zeppelin contracts, Remix, and obviously the libraries, Web3.js, Ether.js, wallets like MetaMask. I would say that any wallet that is compatible with Ethereum, you can make it work with Rootstock, just changing the endpoint. So it's really easy to start doing things with Rootstock. As I said before, you can get a compiled bytecode and deploy it to Rootstock, and it's working. You have the same contract working. We have some correlation with the EIPs, talking about smart contract standards. Every smart contract standard, talking about mostly about tokens and NFTs, whatever, is the same on Rootstock. So again, if you, for example, thinking about, I know, an NFT marketplace, well, you can deploy that on Rootstock without any issues, because everything will work in the same way. Some configuration differences, for example, the derivation path. This is different. Rootstock is different from Ethereum and other blockchains. The checksum, we have a different casing in the address. This is something that sometimes is a friction. For example, if we think about using MetaMask, for example, yeah, probably it would complain because it is only checking Ethereum checksum and not Rootstock. But we have a different one, and it is good if we can have if we can get the app or tool to do the Rootstock checksum it is a better user experience. And well, we like to say that if you are an experienced Web3 developer, you can port your application to Rootstock in less than 1 day. Okay, some useful resources. This is something that we will share in Discord, so don't worry about copying the links now. But general info about Rootstock, the developer portal is like the best place to get technical information for Rootstock is the developer portal. If you are more interested in science, you can go to the RSK IPs or the research forum, for example. If you want to see the numbers, you can go to the stats website. You can read the white papers, Rootstock and Reef white paper. Here are some resources about thinking more about what a developer will need, like the RBTC faucet. If you want to test, obviously we have a test net, and you will need test RBTC to send your transactions. If you want to have test Reef token, here you have the faucet, obviously the mainnet and testnet explorer, the public nodes. You can run your own node, but you don't need to. You can start using the public nodes. There is a public node for testnet and another for mainnet. And then some useful APIs like the Block Scout API or Covalent, just to mention like third-party tools that are, or indexers that are really useful. And well, here are some more things to read. Like, well, there are some documents here that are more general. I want to mention, for example, the flyover protocol that is a complement, I would say, to the POPEG. You can get RBTC faster than using the POPEG and convert to Bitcoin back faster than with the POPEG. It's very interesting. You can read that. Well, again, we will share this, but here is the QR to the open Slack. This is a place where you can find all the developers from Rootstock. We can share there or discuss here technical stuff. The developer portal, Discord. Discord is, I would say, it's more a general. It's for the general community, not only technological people, but you can also go to Discord and ask there, and you will get your answers as well. And the help desk, also useful. And here you have this is what we call the Rootstock Blockchain Academy. If you are interested on learning about blockchain development on Rootstock in general, but on Rootstock you can go here. It obviously is free, and you can do it. And that's all. Thank you very much for listening. It's been a pleasure.